Hello YouTube, what is up? This is SS99 here, and we are going to be doing our last Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for, well, real life Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. I'm still going to be doing a lot of Dev Pro stuff, but in the last deck profile in general for a little while. I'm going to miss it. Not really. Okay, let's just go ahead and start. We're going to be talking about Harpies, if I didn't say it already. So to start things off, we're going to have 2 Zane Truesdale tokens. I actually want more of these. But, yeah, you can actually use these in this deck. I just thought I'd show off my Zane Truesdale tokens because I love Zane Truesdale. And I need 2 more because I think it's obvious what I run in this deck. If not, then you'll see. So let's go ahead and get into the profile before I ramble on too much about Zane. We got 3 Chandler. This is the most important Harpie in the deck. You discard any Harpie card from your hand, and you can special summon any Harpie from your deck. This does include Harpie's Pet Dragon, for those who don't know, and you can discard Harpie's Pet Dragon or Harpie's Hunting Ground to special summon a Harpie. Just for those who don't know, just want to clarify that. 3 Queen. You can do 2 things with her. First of all, you can ditch her to search for a Hunting Ground and start popping spells and traps on the field. Or, she could be a 1900 beat stick. A 2100 beat stick if you have Hunting Ground on the field. Even stronger if you have the Harpie Lady, 1. 2 Dancer. You only really need 2. But you return her to your hand or any wind monster in general, and you can normal summon another wind monster. Which means you can summon another Harpie, which means popping more spells and traps on the field. And then, oh, there I go again. I've been doing that all day. I'm very sorry about that. Let's try that again. So we got 3 Harpie Lady 1s. A lot of people there are some people who like the Cyber Harpie, but I prefer Harpie Lady 1 because she powers up every wind monster on the field. And multiples of them mean that your opponent is going to have a hard time getting over it. And the last Harpie reruns that one Harpie's Pet Dragon. If Harpie Chandler is on the field at the same time as Pet Dragon is, she becomes level 7, which means an instant rank 7 XC summon. So it's really good. Now for the non-Harpies, we have 2 Summoner Monks. You do have a lot of dead spells in this deck. Plus, if you ditch Hysteric Sign, well, I'll get to the Hysteric Sign later. And of course, we're going to run 1 Black Wings of Fierce Elite because you can special summon him a lot. And that's pretty much the monsters. Now for the spells. We're going to start with the field spells, which is Harpie's Hunting Ground, 3 of them. This is the reason why everybody hates Harpies. That and Chidori. Spoiler alert. But Harpie's Hunting Ground just pops spells and traps on the field like nobody's business. And in some cases, your opponent does have traps to respond to. Like if you pop a Compulse, they'll respond with Compulse. But in some cases, you will pop like a Mirror Force or a set Pot of Duality that they've had for just to make you think that a trap card or something. I do run 1 Divine Wind of Mist Valley. In most cases, I do side deck this card out, but there are occasions where you do have Harpie Dancer and this in your hand, and Harpie Dancer's effect is you can return a wind monster to normal summon another one. If you return a wind monster to your hand, you can special summon with Divine Wind. And for the staple Harpie stuff, 3 Hysteric Signs, because this card is stupid. You activate it, you get an Elegant Egotist to your hand. Which is crazy. That saves you a lot of space in the deck. And if it gets sent from your hand or the field to the graveyard, you can get, during the end phase of that turn, you get 3 Harpies with different names. This includes Hunting Ground if need be, but I always go for Queen, Chandler, and Dancer. Elegant Egotist, this is just a special summon to Harpie Lady 1. It's the only Harpie Lady you can special summon because Chandler, Queen, and Dancer, they're only considered Harpie Lady when they're on the field or in the graveyard, not when they're in the deck. Harpie Lady 1 is always treated as Harpie Lady. So you really only need 1 because you can search it again with Hysteric Sign if need be. And for the staples, well, 1 MST, just in case, you never know when you're up against a skill drain deck or anything. But in most cases, Harpie's Hunting Ground is just enough to take care of your stuff. And then we do run the Book of Moon and Dark Hole, just because they're staple. And now onto the traps. Triple Hysteric Party, because this thing is a Harpie Lady Call the Haunted on crack. Just for one card in your hand, you can special summon as many Harpies as possible from your graveyard. This card is freaking stupid. So you can ditch a Hysteric Sign to special summon all these Harpies, and then during the end phase, since, like, if you activate it during the end phase, you can get 3 more Harpies. I mean, come on. And Magical Hats, just another way to get Hysteric Sign in your graveyard, which is really good. And the last trap that helps you with Hysteric Sign is Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. For just one card, you return the top card of your opponent's deck to the, or one card on the field to the top of the deck. And then the staple traps, which are Triple Fiendish Chain, Solemn Warning, Mirror Force, Bottomless Trap Hole, Torrential, and Compulse. And that's the main deck. Now for the extra deck. Now, people do run the extra deck a little differently in the Harpies that I've noticed. Like, I've noticed that people run multiple Phantasmal Dragons and stuff. And I also noticed they only run 2 Chidori's, but I prefer 3. 3 is really good in this deck. Because people hate Chidori. That's another reason why they hate Harpies, because Harpies is one of the only... Actually, if I remember correctly, it's the only competitive deck that can summon Chidori. And its effect is broken. When it's Xe summon, you can return a face-down card to the bottom of your opponent's deck. And for one Xe's material, you can return one face-up card to the top of their deck for dead draws. Ice Beast Seraphine, because you do run Winged Beast in this deck. So it's basically like a skill drain on crack, plus it can become a beat stick. I do run Degusto Emerald because you do go through Harpies really fast in this deck, and once you run out, your deck's pretty much shut down. So I just want to get those Harpies back, plus the draw power doesn't hurt. Queen Dragoon, this is just to get Harpie's Pet Dragon back, and plus there are games where you are going to draw into Harpie's Pet Dragon, and you're going to want to disc Pet Dragon with Chandler's effect to special summon another Harpie. So this is just to get the Pet Dragon back so you can get rank 7 Xyz plays. Key Beetle, you can make this with Zephyros and Summoner Monk. This is just, you know, a staple card. You can use this to actually protect Hunting Ground. That way you don't have to pop Hunting Ground. Because Hunting Ground, you have to destroy spell and traps. So if there's no more spells and traps destroyed, you have to destroy Hunting Ground, unfortunately. And then Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, because it's really good. For 3 level 4 wind monsters, you can summon this, and all your Harpies cannot be targeted by attacks or card effects. So it's really hard to get around. If your opponent can't Mirror Force it, Torrential, or Dark Hole it, or Deprison it, then that's an instant 6,000 damage. Then we have Black Ship of Corn. The rest of this is pretty much your staple rank 4s. Maystroke, Gaga, Cowboy, Silent Honor Arc, and Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. And then your last 2 from the extra deck, Big Eye and Draco Sack. You can make these with Harpie Chandler and Pet Dragon. I only run 2 because you really only need 2 rank 7s. The rest of them they have to be rank 4, otherwise it won't work too well. Last but not least, we got the side deck. And this is pretty much similar to most of my side decks except for my Cyber Dragon build. Of course, you got Thunder King. This is pretty much for almost any deck today. The only thing that does slow down this deck is your Hysteric Sign search, so it's really good. 2 Max C, anything that special summons, really. 2 MSTs because Fire Fists suck, and plus you never know when you're up against a skill drain deck, so that means that your all your Harpie Ladies, with the exception of Harpie Lady 1, will not get the effect of being Harpie Lady. So, Harpie's Hunting Ground would not come in handy. We do have the Deep Fissure and Macrocosmos just for spell books, Dark World, Mermails, Medulces, Dragon Rulers, just anything that needs the graveyard. We don't desperately need the graveyard. I mean, yeah, we do need it for Hysteric Party, but it doesn't hurt too bad. Not as much as it hurts Mermails and stuff. Light and Piercing Mirror for Boojins, Artifacts, Constellars, Noble Knights, and Cyber Dragons. There's a lot of competitive decks that run light monsters, and you do need that. Also shuts down Exciton Knight. Rivalry, because, well, Rivalry is just really good. It's a good for Medulches and Mermails mostly, but it can also help with like XC summon. Like your opponent can't XC summon a monster unless it's the same type, which is really good. Goes and match. Same thing for Rivalry. Like your opponent can't XC summon unless it has the same attribute, and plus it's good against Dragon Rulers and artifacts like hat decks, like Artifacts Hands and Trap Tricks. And the last side deck card we have is Imperial Iron Wall. This is for anything that needs banishing, like Boojins, Dragon Rulers, etc. And that is the last deck profile that real life deck profile that I will be doing in a while. But the rest of it's going to be Dev Pro, guys, and yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. I will still be doing videos every day coming your way. And yeah, have an awesome day. Peace.